I'm currently in my childhood home and going through my old things, I've found a lot of weird stuff. One of which being a memory jar from 2014 where I put little notes of things that happened that year. I haven't looked at them since I put them in here, so I have no idea what's in there. I'm gonna go through it now to hopefully just inspire you to appreciate the little moments, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find stuff in here that I have forgotten about. To give some context, this is the year after I lived in the US. I studied in a place in Norway. I enjoyed the place, I had good friends, but I didn't enjoy what I was studying, and I moved to London to study there instead. Let's get started! First one says, oh my god, it says I moved to London. Okay, starting off with a real big one. This one says Kingston Christmas lights, so it's when they turned on the big Christmas lights. It was so pretty, oh my god. I finished my Norwegian exam. I was studying to be a teacher, so that's why I had a Norwegian exam. Oh, I watched the Battle of the Five Armies 2014, so that's when that came out. I watched it in the cinema with my dad. It was so nice. Oh, we had Friendsgiving in London. It was so nice. I love Thanksgiving, but at the same time, like, I definitely understand it's problematic. As an outsider who has celebrated it a few times and has also celebrated it in the US, like, it's just lovely. But historically, like, obviously the whole thing is just really problematic, so I'm probably not gonna celebrate Thanksgiving ever again. This just says playing heads up with my London friends. Okay, we've reached one that I absolutely do not remember. This literally says the New Zealand boys at like a festival. I don't remember the New Zealand boys. They were probably super charming or super funny or like something memorable about them, but like I don't remember them at all. I don't even have anyone to ask because I wasn't there with my friends. I was there as part of the first aid crew. Oh my god, this is so random! Singing Bohemian Rhapsody in the car with Ingrid. I guess I was really trying to write everything down. Evening cafe visit with Cecilia and someone else I'm not friends with anymore. Not dramatic, but you know, you grow apart from your friends. Oh my god, triple cheese, reading history, and watching Alaska TV with Maria. One of my friends where I studied, like, we just loved so many of the same things. Like, I really miss hanging out with her. We would watch, like, Alaska TV shows because we both, like, really want to go there. We would eat triple cheese pizza, and we would, you know, study. But whenever we studied, I feel like we didn't really get a lot done. Link cosplay. Okay, so that's when I did my Link cosplay. I still have the costume. Maybe I'll do something like that again. This just says that festival that I was at, and it did not end up being a great memory because, well, good things happened, but something happened that made me never go back, which I've talked about in a video before. Like, I'm not gonna repeat that. Freshers Fair. Daniel Radcliffe. So that's when I met Daniel Radcliffe at the Horns premiere, I think it was. My friend Kadeem and I would go celebrity hunting all the time. Cards Against Humanity at someone's flat that I'm not friends with anymore. Wow, we're gonna dig up some tea in this jar. Girls' night ×2. I don't know what ×2 means, but we made cake and watched Notting Hill. Fun fact, me and those friends, like, we watched Notting Hill like 3 times. We never managed to watch the whole movie. Is it really long or were we just too distracted? I don't know. Moomin Store. So this is when I first visited the Moomin Store in Covent Garden. Hobbit premiere, where I saw Sir Ian McKellen and Orlando Bloom and Benedict Cumberbatch, Andy Serkis, like all the actors from The Hobbit. Love Rosie. Why did I even write this down? I started crying so hard in the cinema that like multiple people turned around because I did not expect whatever happened to happen, and it was terrible. This was a month into me knowing my London friends, and they were like, okay, this is how we learned that you're a super emotional person. Oh, watching Veronica Mars the movie. If you're a Veronica Mars fan, like, you get it because we had been waiting for that movie for so long, and Veronica Mars is just like super special to me because it was the first show that I watched all by myself, and having face blindness, it's so challenging to watch stuff by myself because I can't recognize people and I lose the story and all of that, but I managed fine with Veronica Mars and I really enjoyed it, so I might rewatch it soon. Oh, my friends Ingrid and Miriam visited me in London. Oh my god, it was so lovely. I loved having my friends visit me in London. Oh my god, spa and wine night at Ying's with Uda. These are people I no longer hang out with, but like, this was super fun. You know when you hang out with people that you didn't expect to become friends with, and it's just like so lovely? There are so many good people around, like, don't sleep on them, you know? Hang out with people you didn't expect to be friends with, honestly. Julius Caesar at the Globe. It was a good performance. It was super cool to be at the Globe and all of that, but we had standing tickets and it was horrible to stand there in like September London heat. We were like in the sun, which makes me sound like such a spoiled brat, but we were honestly just so uncomfortable. I don't think I will ever purchase like standing tickets to anything ever again. Oh, it says I was at a party at Cecilia's and I left to go on a search for someone because I used to do that with the Red Cross, and we found the person, so that's good. Christmas Eve! Christmas, oh my god, it's just the best. Moving home from the city that I lived in Norway. Natural History Museum in London. Went to Sweden with Bente, Cecilia, and someone else I'm not friends with. This was super fun because I haven't been on a lot of like holidays with my friends, and we stayed in a cabin and made food, and it was just super enjoyable. And like we road tripped. It was only like 3 hours, but still it felt really cool to finally do something like that, because it's something you just fantasize so much about when you're younger. I finished my science exam. That was hard, and the teacher we had, first of all, we had some cultural differences issues. It was just really hard to have her as a teacher, and also she was really knowledgeable and really smart, but she wasn't good at teaching. If you didn't get it immediately, which I did not because I can't do chemistry, I've never done it before, and I was really bad at it because I wasn't taught it properly because I just didn't know anything. I had an oral exam and she was literally doing this. And I'm just like, I will never forget that. I got a D, and both my mom and I were like celebrating. Well, I failed chemistry, but it was an overall mark. So because it was combined with like geology and biology, I managed to get a D. Chemistry was like 50 or 60% or something, like it was the majority. So I was really happy that I managed to like climb up to a D. This is from the Sweden trip. I found canned Mountain Dew and I was so happy. I started working at the care home. I guess it was nice just to be working, but it's not like a job that I really enjoyed. I was making breakfast and cleaning, so I didn't really like interact with the patients much other than like talking to them. Barbecue with some people I'm not friends with anymore, and Cecilia and Bente, which was super nice. Love barbecues. Dinner at Ying's. She's Chinese, and I think it's the first time I had like proper authentic, you know, as authentic as it gets, spring rolls and like Chinese food, and it was so good. Ugly Christmas sweater day. Yeah, we celebrated it in London. I bought several ugly Christmas sweaters just when I lived in London. Don't do that. Find an old one. Don't create a demand for them. I'm sorry if you thought I was gonna not mention sustainability in a video. Casa Murillo. I don't understand what this is at all. I think me and Maria went to a bar. I don't know what we did. I don't know what this means. Ooh, Ingrid and I went to the Lion King musical. Oh, do y'all remember the ice bucket challenge? We had like jump into the sea kind of challenge, and I did that on the 3rd of May, and if y'all are wondering, that's hella cold. Oh, 2 of my friends came to visit me, like surprisingly. Okay, so this just says worked with Anna. I think we had a lot of things like in common that we both liked and all of that. I think she also lived abroad, or there was something that made us like relate to each other and get each other, and she was really fun. Actually, I'm surprised I don't remember her more, because working with her like made the job a lot more fun. I joined Krik for the first time. I think I was only there once. It was some kind of like Christian sports thing that they did weekly. I'm not religious, but one of my friends in that city was Christian, and they did like few things that I would join because they were the kind of people who totally respected that I was only there to hang with them and I wasn't religious, and they never tried to get me to believe anything, and they never tried to convince me. So it's totally fine and totally doable to be friends with people who have different religious views and all of that, as long as you respect them. I went to Sweden with my parents for Easter, so we were skiing and stuff. Like, oh my god, I just love it so much. I went to town with Miriam. That was all this says. But I mean, every time, okay, I have good friends, so literally every time I hang out with them and see them, like that is something that I would put in a jar because I enjoy myself every time. Those are the only kind of people you should be spending time with. Actually, yeah, if it's not jar worthy, you don't belong in my life. I was accepted to university. That was obviously one of the biggest things that happened that year. Oh, this is a long one. Hunchback of Notre Dame and a letter game thing with Elena. Elena's that friend that I just talked about. It does suck that you leave so many good friends behind when you move on in your life, because I wish I could just stay in touch with everyone and keep seeing everyone, but like it's just not possible. And I've lived so many different places, worked so many different places. I have so many friends that I wish I could have stayed in touch with, but I'm so bad at staying in touch with people that I don't see constantly. It says I reunited with Øystein and Kristin in Oslo. I was there to visit some other Norwegian friends that I met in Disney, and I think I met those as well, and those are also from Disney that I met in Orlando. And it's kind of like when you meet some people that are from your own country in a different country, and then you meet them in your own country, it's kind of like, wow, you're here as well. Oh, I went to a super cute cafe with Maria and Alina in the city I lived in. It was such a cute cafe because it was like coming into someone's living room. Like it was so sweet. Went to the Breakfast Club in London. If you've ever been there, you know that like if you're unlucky, like the line is like 3 hours. I think we went to Starbucks to have some like quick bite to eat while we were waiting in line for the Breakfast Club because it was just so long. Oh, lacrosse match in Cambridge. So I was on the lacrosse team my first year of uni, but it really clashed with like my schedule, so I couldn't really attend. I went to like one practice, and then I think they would be either like disqualified from the tournament or they would be fined. So they really needed an extra person and no one else could go, so I went with them and I could not play. The referee kept yelling at me the whole time because I was not in my right place, and in lacrosse you have to like shout out the number of the person you're covering, and like, oh, I didn't know anything. I was so out of my comfort zone. Brunch at someone's flat that I'm no longer friends with. Oh my god. Oh, I received support for choosing to end my studies and move to London to study there instead. It really meant a lot to me. Oh my my god, my lace is asleep. It really meant a lot to me that people were supporting me because it was a big step. It was also kind of spontaneous because it's not something I'd planned to do, but it was just like, oh, I don't like this, what else can I do? Obviously people were really sad that I was moving and all of that, but most people like really supported my decision. Oh, this just says like enjoying the sun on Bente's patio. So, you know, all kinds of little things. Teaching my friends Kadim, Elena, and Riss Norwegian. If you live abroad, you know it's kind of fun when people take an interest in your language. And what's kind of funny about this is that my friend Elena is currently living in Norway, so good thing I gave her that one lesson 7 years ago. We filmed the Norwegian challenge, which it's on my channel. Disney movie note with Miriam and her child, which I'm not gonna say the name of, plus a lot of candy. Her kid was like 1 year old at that time. Okay, well, start them young. Are you serious? This note says Frozen. I guess it was a big deal. Slightly controversial. I didn't really enjoy Frozen that much the first time I watched it. I don't know why. I love it now, okay? Don't hate on me. Winter Wonderland. Winter Wonderland is in Hyde Park over the holiday season and it's huge, like so many rides, so many stands with all these like, you know, mulled wine and roasted almonds and like all of that. It's super like Christmassy, super wholesome, super Instagram friendly, but it's also super crowded and all of us ended up being like super overwhelmed. Ooh, new tattoo. That was this one. Sledding and Frozen and hot chocolate. I don't know who I did this with. I think it was probably Cecilia and her little sister. Oh, and probably my goddaughter. I have a video of them like dancing and singing together. Oh, it's a birthday party for my oldest goddaughter and she was like 4. I forgot what year we were in. Game night with Ingrid and Miriam. And it says her child in brackets, but I think she was probably sleeping or something because I'm pretty sure she was not playing with us. She was still only 1. Started uni in London. That's fun. Oh, so I watched The Bridge with Shashti and Ingrid. Binging a TV show with someone is just so enjoyable, and especially when you're procrastinating doing other shit. Studying for exam, and it says a lot of laughter. My study group was so much fun. Like, those people deserve all of the good things in the world. Finished my maths exam. Fun fact, I failed. Went out to eat with my class. It says exactly what it is, but I have no idea. I had my first lesson where I was the teacher. That was fun. Alina came to visit and we had like Mexican stew. I don't really know what to call it. And we played Nintendo, and I don't think she had been playing a lot, but I had to convert everyone I knew. Everyone has to enjoy Nintendo. Okay, we got to the one that I've been dreading. I was worried it would be in here. It's something I was super excited about. It even has a smiley face because it was such an exciting thing at the time. Oh, this one might make me cry because it's one of the saddest things that ever happened to me. And I don't even think I can convey it properly to justify me calling it one of the saddest things because it was just horrible. This is my biggest Ted Mosby moment of my whole life. I thought I had found the one, and we had both built up so much excitement and so much expectation to a romantic relationship. We were really good friends and we finally reunited, and it wasn't what I expected. And I think that's when I learned that having amazing chemistry and having everything in common with someone doesn't necessarily mean that it can be a romance, because it didn't turn out that way. And I think I also learned that like there's no such thing as the one, because a lot of people can be the one, but only if like everything works out. That wasn't the case for this, but that person could definitely have been the one. So like, and I also learned that like who you have feelings for is just not in your power, because you can't make it happen. Even how much you want the feelings to be there and how much you expect them to be there, because it just makes sense, you can't make it happen. That was just such a hard learning experience for me, and it sucked, and I couldn't handle it and I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't, like, I don't know, forgive myself. I was so confused at how I could be so excited and still like my heart could just let me down like that. I don't know how to explain it. This is just one of my like shit show experiences where like it just really did not go how I expected things. That was such a long explanation, but it really sucked, okay? I went to Sweden with my mom and dad over winter break. I went to Sweden a lot, it seems, but it was just such a great place to go skiing, and I really want to do it again. I had sushi with my friend Cecilia. I was lucky to study in the same city as multiple of my friends from my hometown, so, you know, that was really enjoyable. This is actually kind of funny because I missed out a name here. It says, I went on a walk with Sylvie and my friend's kid, and we went to a restaurant, but I didn't mention the kid's mom, and I know that she was there. I don't know how I missed her out, but like, yeah, it's just like when you have kids, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna forget about you and only care about the kid. A party at Ingrid's. I don't remember even specifically what this was. Oh my god! I saw a statue of a Norwegian guy called Max Manus. I love him. He was a resistance fighter during World War II, and seeing his statue was just such a big deal. This is so funny. It's even funnier because of the specific name, but only my friends Therese and Amy would understand why this is funny. It just says a guy's name because I met a guy at a festival. I've told this story before on my channel as well. Basically, I met a guy who lived in London, and he gave me his number so that I could contact him when I moved to London, and I literally contacted him and he was like, oh, welcome to London. So, you know, so much for getting excited about that. Oh my god, I had a photo shoot with Medium and the child and like, oh, it's so cute. It just says I went home to winter Norway, and I guess it just meant that like it was snowy when I came home for Christmas, because obviously London doesn't get snow. Oh, I went on a mountain with my dad. This is so funny. Well, first of all, this was a sun party, which is something we call it in Norway when the sun returns, because in the north, like, you don't really see the sun for a few months during the winter because we're so far north. But it says at like a specific name for their flat, young serious ladies with a sea view. So, you know, that's kind of funny. I totally forgot that was a thing. Oh my god. So this says started playing lacrosse. Yeah, I went to one freaking practice and then I went on that stupid match. Oh my god, this is another thing I don't remember, but I should have remembered this. It says I got a Disney quiz from Benjamin. To the off chance they were actually watching this, please tell me what the Disney quiz was, because I don't remember this and I really should have, because obviously that is something that I would have appreciated a lot. And it's not a different Benjamin because I don't know any Benjamins. I went to the cabin with my parents and my brother. This is also like a non-event, like it's not a super special thing, but you know, something to appreciate. Oh, I went to I don't know how to say this city in English. It's a German city. We went on a cruise with Sober Club, which is what we call our friend group from Disney. It was so much fun. We have memories from there that we still reference because it was just so funny. Those people, love them. Well, the group is of 4 people. There were only the 3 of us. It would have been way more fun if all 4 were there. Just gonna point that out. This just says kid's birthday party. Don't even know what child it was. I had my friends Elena and Maya for dinner and it was super fun. Just like hanging out outside of uni is like super fun when you're used to seeing friends in a certain setting and then you kind of take them out of there. Okay, this is one of the few ones that I remembered were in here, and it's like a girl that I met on the bus and we talked together, and this is in Norway. You don't really talk to strangers, okay? And she was super cute. That was just memorable. I don't know why I didn't like get her number or something. Tusefrid, which is a Norwegian amusement park. Walking Dead with Maria. I am scared of zombies. Like, that's probably the thing I'm the most scared of, like when it comes to movies and stuff. Like, I never watch zombie movies or zombie shows, but The Walking Dead is really good, okay? And I watched it with that friend and it was super fun. But once I moved from that city, I couldn't watch it anymore because I can't watch it by myself because I'm hella scared. And it sucked because I really enjoyed watching it with her. It's just really fun whenever I get a chance to watch a show with someone, because usually I don't watch shows because of my face blindness. That's why like Friends or How I Met Your Mother are such perfect shows for me, because generally they have the exact same people all the time, and if there are like other characters, usually they're introduced or they're like just there for one episode, so it's not like it's not a struggle. Girls' night with Cecilia in the sun with fruit salad. Sounds nice. I don't think this one aged super well. It says I met Ansel Elgort, so that was also like a premiere celebrity hunting thing. Oh, I went on a Harry Potter walking tour in London. Not something I would have spent money on today, but it was super fun. The Fault in Our Stars. Okay, so I watched it with my friends in like one of my friends' beds, and they were all just there like, the bed is shaking, like you're crying too much. I got a math assignment approved, so I guess those moments were like huge for me because I just never expected to get anything approved. Enrolled at uni. Woo! Halloween Extravaganza. Okay, so you know, I want to say something about my Halloween Extravaganza. It was super fun. I had planned everything and I made a video of it. I bought so much shit for it. Everyone dressed up in onesies that we bought from Primark. I made like a quiz and like different activities, and some people were just super rude and ruined the quiz, ruined everything, and it was really annoying, but I'm pretty sure all the annoying people left, and then we ordered pizza and like still had a nice time. Early birthday / Christmas with my friends. My birthday is a week after Christmas. Okay, so I did some kind of like swing attraction by London Eye, and it was super fun. Like, it was super cool because it's kind of high up. It's no longer there. It was at the Carnival place on South Bank. I never went on the London Eye because to me it just felt so boring, so it was cool to do that instead. Birthday breakfast with my parents. Okay, this is super cute. They do it every year and it's just, I don't care how old I get, I still want the birthday breakfast. I forgot this happened. So with my like class at uni in Norway, we went to the Sami place. The Sami are the indigenous people in Norway, and it's really fun to like learn about other people's culture, especially when it's someone that you live in the same country as, but we have a completely different cultures, and I think it's really important to kind of like learn and appreciate their culture. Went to town with Cecilia. As I said, it's a big deal, okay? Doing anything at all. Okay, so apparently my hometown had a heat wave. Today I would not put this in this jar. I would be like, I need a negative jar for this. Oh, I went to the Mamma Mia musical. I love it so much. It's the first musical I ever watched on Broadway, and my friend and I went to see it in London as well. Like, oh my god, it's so good. It's so like high energy and just positive. Oh, I met Marcus Butler and Alfie. I don't even watch them, but my friend Kadeem recognized them, so obviously I had to take a picture with them. Pumpkin carving in London. Oh, I failed my... no, failed. Well, I did almost fail. I passed my like work placement for teaching. I did almost fail. I have talked about this in a video before. I'm like, I was horrible. Secret Santa. I don't remember what I got for Secret Santa. But I remember that I was super happy about the present I gave. Playing Super Mario 64 with my brother, like, wow, that is such a normal thing, but still, it made a jar. Cards Against Humanity, we did that a lot. Ed's Diner, oh my god. I don't think Ed's Diner exists anymore in London. I don't know how I found it, but like, I love retro stuff, I love 50s stuff, and oh my god. When you're there, like, you have a jukebox on your freaking table, and I would always go there and be like, make sure I have coins so that I can play freaking Beach Boys. I loved it so much. It was so good. Oh, girls' night with Ingrid and Sylvie, 17th of May. It's our Constitution Day and I love it. I love Norway so much. I'm like a patriot, but not like in a bad way. I just love my country so much, and that's a day where you really get to show it because it's a huge thing. I passed some like assignments. I watched Les Mis again. Les Mis is my favorite musical and I was so excited to move to London so I could see it. I saw it a total of 7 times with different actors and I love it so much. I would watch that every week if I could. Like, it's so good. Mini Olympics. I don't even remember what that was. Oh, I went out to eat with my dad and my brother. And I think actually my brother's girlfriend, because we went to the restaurant where she worked and I'm pretty sure she was the one to serve us. And I think we made a lot of fun of that. Like, we're not gonna invite you out to eat with us, but we're gonna go to the restaurant where you're working. Okay, I Skyped with a boy that I did not expect to be Skyping with in 2014. Oh, actually, I do think I remember specifically when this was, and it was a good time. It was fun. It was just someone that I probably expected to just never talk to again once I left the US. Oh, I finished like the at-home exam, which was horrible. At-home exams are just too many distractions. Brunch at Kadim's. We love brunch. Oh, I got student housing, so that was cool. Because obviously moving to London, I was like, I have no idea how to get a place, so it was really good that I managed to get student halls. I watched The Fault in Our Stars, but this is July, so this is when I first watched it, and my friend Cecilia and I went to watch it in the cinema. We came out. I have a picture of us when we came out of the cinema, and you could tell that we'd been crying. Lola's Cupcakes. Okay, so my friend Kadeem like hyped this up so much before we even came to London because we were talking in a Facebook group, and they did not disappoint. Lola's Cupcakes are so good. It says I made tears to shed, so that's a video I made. I don't think it's public, but I was super proud of how I did it because first of all, I had to like mix the music, and I don't know how to do that. That was my first time ever using GarageBand. It's 3 different voices that are singing that I had to sing, and that was hard, okay? So I was super proud that I did that, and I also like did my makeup to look like the 3 different characters that are singing, and I put them like next to each other, so that was cool. I'm still like proud of it, even though it's not super good, but I'm still like, I made that. I did it. I did it even though I knew it wouldn't be perfect. Frozen sing-along. Westfield Shopping Center. I think that was because like going there felt like such a big deal, but I mean, obviously I've been there so many times since then. I think it was just because like we went there for Christmas and there was the ice rink and it was super like Christmassy, and you know by now I really like Christmassy things. Quiz with Elena. I remember this. We went to her church and we attended like quiz night and it was super fun. It was like an interactive quiz. She also had like really cool friends that I loved hanging out with because even though like I wasn't a Christian, it's not like they ever treated me differently or was like, oh yeah, but you can't be here if you don't believe in God. Sleepover with Ingrid and Kjersti. We used to hang out a lot, but I don't remember specifically a sleepover. Oh, Cecilia came to visit me in London and it was so much fun. We actually talked about it yesterday, how much fun that was. I got 150 subscribers. That's in 2014. So if anyone's wondering how long it takes to grow a channel, it takes a long time. Trivial Pursuit. I bought a Trivial Pursuit game that it was just not good. Like I ended up selling it. Easter break. Probably super happy to be on Easter break because I was not having fun at school. Oh, we won Photo Frenzy. So during our freshers week, we like had this competition to take pictures throughout London. I remember like Elena and I think took pictures like praying outside of Westminster Abbey, but I think the picture that won us the first prize was a picture of us sitting on like the lions in Trafalgar Square, which you're not allowed to do. Fun fact, a year later I met someone that I ended up dating, and I don't know how, but I started talking about that competition and she was like, we were in that competition, and I was so mad we didn't win because she was super competitive, and I was like, oh, Les Mis! This is when I first watched it. I think I got to London on like a Tuesday or a Monday or something, and I'd already bought tickets to watch it that Saturday, and I was so excited and I was so happy. Oh, that was actually the last one. That was a lot. It doesn't look like that much, but it was a lot, okay? Oh my god. But there you go. We can probably appreciate things so much more than we're actually doing. I think that just emphasizes how important it is to live in the now and like enjoy everything as it's happening, because you might not even like remember that it happened, and at least you got to really enjoy it and experience it it when it was happening. Being present in everything and enjoying it and like sucking in everything I can, all the like feelings, all the emotions, all the impressions and all of that, like just really using your senses and being there, being in the moment. I know this was kind of a weird video, but as I found this, I was like, maybe I should make a video out of this, maybe it would be entertaining, and you be the judge. But it's interesting to see like how much you can forget like the little things and all of that, and how important it is to just enjoy everything. So yeah, I hope this was kind of like inspiring, I guess. Maybe that was the purpose of this whole thing. Pretty sure I have like an hour of footage now, so better go edit if you're gonna see this video today. I hope you enjoyed the videos I've made throughout this week, because I've tried to enhance a few different topics that I really care about, so that was fun. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next Friday with a new video. Keep up the good vibes. Bye! Have a good weekend!